Hey basketball players, do you want to become a better basketball shooter? Do you want to be one of the best shooters in the world? Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can become one of the best. Now, a lot of coaches say there is no magic pill or anything like that. I disagree. The magic pill is practice. You need to practice a ton. There is no way of going out on the court without any practice and being able to shoot consistently on the rim and think that you're going to be able to make it. Now, the magic pill is to practice quite literally every single day. So if you have the aspiration of becoming one of the best 3-point or even 2-point, layup, whatever it may be, type of shooters, you need to practice. Now, you might be saying, well, I don't want to practice. Well, that's too bad. You have to think of it this way. If you want to become the best in your craft ever, you're going to need to practice. Do you think Steph Curry just magically got onto the basketball court and said, well, my father was a really great shooter. Del Curry is one of the greatest shooters in Raptors history. Do you think he just walked onto the court and said, well, I'm going to be number one because my dad's number one? No. He walked onto the court and he was practicing every single day. This is not some sort of magical, hey, I'm going to be good tomorrow. This is a slow progression. You don't get best or become the best overnight. You need to practice. So if you are in grade 12 right now and you're thinking, man, I need to shoot better, you need to get on the court and shoot better. If you're in grade 1, that's even better because now you've got even more time. You've got 11, 12 years ahead of you to be able to practice. Do you know how much practice time is in 10 years? 10 years alone, from the age of 8 to 18. 10 years, there's 3,650 days. Do you think that you could take at least 50 to 100 shots, which doesn't take that long, over that time? Let's just talk about 100 shots a day average. So if you miss a day, the next day you do 200. If you think that 100 shots a day, whether it be from close range, at least at first it might be because you might be younger, and then you get a little bit older or you get a little bit better and you get to shoot from farther away, 100 shots a day, you're now talking about over 365,000 shots. And that's just taking 100 shots a day. Now imagine if you were actually serious and you wanted to go out and play for 2 hours a day. And then you've got well over 1,000 shots a day, maybe even 200 or 300 shots a day. And now you're in the million range. And in the million shot range, you're getting to the point where you're shooting like Steph Curry. Now you may be saying, man, I just don't have the time. My school starts at 8:30, it goes until 3:30. I got homework until 5:30. What am I supposed to do after 5:30? I'm gonna tell you right now, there's many basketball courts around the world that are outdoors. There's many basketball courts around the world that are indoors, like at the YMCA's, at your school. You can even talk to your teacher and ask if there's a way of getting into the basketball court before school, whatever it may be. And you can get your shots up. If you really want to, and you've got an aspiration to be one of the best shooters in the world, this is what you have to do. Because you have to think of it this way. If you want to become the best at anything, whether it be running a business like I am right now, being a basketball player, which you might be in the future, being a hockey player, a football player, whatever it may be, you need to practice. It's the same as losing weight. I'm trying to lose weight right now. I've got reasons why I'm this heavy, but you have to really put in the steps over time. It's not an overnight thing. But going from there, if you want to become a better shooter, there's a few steps that you can take to become better. First is going to be your legs. Obviously, more leg strength will allow you to shoot the basketball further. And then, to be able to develop that, you can do things like squats and squat jumps. You can do lunges as well. And then when you're shooting, if you're right-handed, your right foot is going to be a bit ahead of your left foot. That's going to give you even more power. If you're left-handed, then your left foot is going to be just a bit farther ahead than your right foot so that you can shoot with the left hand. And it's going to give you more power. Next, you need to obviously bend your legs. So I'm going to show you how I shoot right-handed. and you need to bend your legs, and that's going to allow you to jump higher and be able to shoot the basketball further. So from there, when you bend your knees, you want them to bend as straight ahead of you as possible. You don't want them to bend this way, you don't want them to bend this way or out to the right. You want them to bend straight. I've seen so many younger players, especially girls, who tend to bend inwards like this. You do not want to do that. You want to make sure that you're not doing that. You want to have your knees bend straight forward. And then going from there, you want your shoulders to be as square as possible towards the rim. So when you're shooting at the rim, your shoulders should be pretty well square towards the rim. Now, what I mean by square is both shoulders should be pretty well the same distance away from the backboard. And when you shoot, you want your elbow to be underneath the ball. Now, when you're shooting with your elbow underneath the ball, it's going to allow your shot to go straight. Wherever this part of your arm is pointing, that's essentially where you're going to be shooting. And then this part is the aim. So if it's out this way, it's going to be shooting out towards the left side. If you're out this way, like Lonzo Ball, it's going to be shooting out towards the right side, and that's not what you want. If you want to have a straight shot, your upper arm is going to be straight. Next, you're going to have space between your palm and the basketball, which is going to allow you to have more control of that basketball. I've seen so many trolls online who say, oh yeah, it's okay to shoot with your palm. That's just because they haven't learned how to shoot with the palm off the ball, because it gives you a ton more control of the ball. There's nothing worse than about to go for a shot, somebody's about to block you, and now you need to drive or pass or whatever it may be. If your palm is on the ball, you're not going to have the amount of control to be able to come back down, because somebody could rip it from you, and if they do, you're going to have a lot more power holding the ball with the palm, with your fingertips, than you do with your palm. That's how I can palm the ball, is because I don't have my palm actually touching the ball. Now I've got different workouts on this channel that you can do to be able to shoot the basketball further, be able to shoot the ball more accurately, and just overall become a better basketball player. So make sure to subscribe. But from there, also, you're going to want to be able to work on your tricep muscle as well as your bicep muscle. It's the muscles behind and in front of your arm, so that you're able to shoot the basketball further. Wrist strength also does help as well. So if you get a kind of like a stress relieving ball, like one of those squishy balls, and you just kind of like squish it every once in a while, maybe every other day or for like 5-10 minutes, it's going to make your wrists a lot stronger, because when you're shooting, you're going to be flicking your wrist and having the ball come off your middle finger. So from there, that's going to allow your shot to go straight, because if you have your ball going off the right side, it's going to go right. If it goes off the left side, it goes left. If it goes straight off the middle finger, it's going to go straight. A quick side note, you know how people give each other the middle finger? That's actually from something from ancient times, where archers used to actually just shoot the arrows like that, and they used to use their middle fingers. And I think it was the Ottoman Empire or somebody cut off the archers' middle fingers when they trapped them, when they basically arrested them, when they caught them, they would cut off their middle fingers so they couldn't be archers anymore. However, going away from that sidetrack, your middle finger will allow you to be able to shoot the basketball further. And it's going to allow you to shoot the basketball more accurately as well. So before or after you do your workouts, it doesn't matter what your age is, working out is very good. Plyometrics, where you're using your own body weight for especially younger players, is really, really good. But going from there, you're going to need to actually practice shooting the ball on the rim. And what you can do at first is just close shots. And this is going to allow you to get your form down. And then once you get practice your form, that's just simple form shooting. You can go out a little bit farther, and you can start shooting from the middle of the key. And when you shoot from the middle of the key, you might not be getting the swishes, but you're going to be trying to get those swishes. Now, inherently, for me, for some odd reason, shooting normally from the middle of the key is really hard, but I can do baby hook shots 100% from the middle of the key. And then you're going to go to the free throw line. You're going to be taking your free throw shots. Now, if you're just warming up, 20 shots inside the key is totally fine. That gets your shot form down. and gets you practicing your shot form. Next, you should be taking every single day 30 to 50 free throw shots, because if you're not hitting free throw shots, how is the coach going to have you in the last 3 minutes of the game? If you can't hit them like Shaq could not hit them, that's why there's a rule called the Hack-a-Shaq rule, is because he could not shoot from the free throw line. So basically what they would do is Shaq wouldn't even have the ball and they would foul him so that he would be forced to shoot free throw shots because he had a 50% chance of getting them in. The average NBA player is in the 75 to 80% range. So for him to shoot those shots, it's a given that you're going to be having a better chance of winning the game. If the other team can't shoot the ball, you're going to win if you can shoot the ball. So from there, practice your free throws, because the free throws is the next step before the three-point line. And when you're shooting from the three-point line, at first, when you're practicing and you're just trying to get used to shooting the basketball more consistently, set shots are the way to go. And then later on, you can start going and spinning the ball to yourself, set shot, and then you can start spinning the ball to yourself, doing a fake, one dribble and shot, and then you can kind of build your skills from there. Anyways, I hope that this video helps you be able to shoot the basketball better. Remember, shooting the basketball every single day is going to help you become a better basketball shooter, obviously. But if you really have aspirations of becoming a pro basketball player, which means that you're getting paid to play basketball, you really need to put in the work early, because later on when you turn 20 or 21, 22 or even older, you're not going to have the same chances as you did when you were younger. So if you can build yourself up at a super young age, even if you're 15, you can still do this. You just need to kind of put in more work because you didn't do it when you were younger. And anybody can make the NBA. Anybody can make a pro league anywhere in the world. You just need to put in the work. I hope that you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another Twice a Day basketball video.